This video today is focused on Pythagoras. This individual is the first individual to introduce the theory that the earth is spherical or a ball. Now, I'm going to read his bio. I'm going to read some things about him. And I'm going to ask you, do you still believe that the earth is a ball because of this individual? Now it says here, Pythagoras of Samos was an Ionian Greek philosopher, mathematician, and putative founder of the Pythagoreanism movement. He is often revered as a great mathematician and scientist, and is best known for the Pythagorean theorem, which bears his name. So that's Pythagoras' bust. And let's look at some of his other claims as far as what he believed as an individual, and as far as we trust this person when it comes to a ball earth. Now here, when it comes to religion and science, it says, Hercules Ponticus reports the story that Pythagoras claimed that he had lived 4 previous lives. So Pythagoras claimed that he had 4 previous lives. That doesn't sound scientific to me. And that he could remember it in detail. One of his past lives, as reported by Aulus Gellius, was as a beautiful courtesan. That's one of his lives that he lived. According to Xenophanes, Pythagoras heard the cry of his dead friend in the bark of a dog. So Pythagoras heard the cry of his dead friend in the bark of a dog. Okay, this is where we get our sphere earth idea from this individual. Everyone praises this guy, this man who lived 4 lives, and he heard his dying friend in the bark of a dog. I mean, to believe that the earth is a sphere from this person, you call the flat earthers crazy. We look at you like you're crazy because, I mean, look at where this theory is coming from. It comes from this guy who is pretty much schizophrenic. Now, it goes down here to say, this is crazy right here. Pythagoras asserted that he could write on the moon. His plan of operation was to write on a looking glass in blood. Okay? Real scientific here. And with blood, right? And place it opposite the moon, when the inscription would appear photographed or reflected on the moon's disk. Okay? Now that's funny. It says moon's disk. It doesn't say the spherical moon. So, and it goes on to continue to say that Pythagoras taught that the sun is a movable sphere. So now the moon is a disk and the sun is a sphere in the center of the universe, and that all the planets revolve around it. This is substantially the same as the Copernican and the Newtonian system. Okay? Now, after reading that this individual had 4 past lives and that he remembers them in detail, he heard in the bark of a dog his friend crying while dying. And he thought that he could write, his writing would show up on the moon, the disk of the moon. And then he thinks that the sun is a movable sphere in the center of the universe and that all planets revolve around it. And that is the system that people believe today, that the sun is movable, a movable sphere in the center of the universe, and that all the planets revolve around it. Now, if you believe that the earth is a ball, and you believe in the Pythagoras theory of the earth being a sphere and the sun at the center, then you also have to believe that you or he, either or, is able to hear one's friend cry from a bark of a dog, and that he had lived 4 previous lives and remembered it in detail, and that you've probably lived 4 previous lives but can, or maybe can, remember it in detail. So this is where you get your ball earth belief from this very unscientific thinking individual. So if you believe in the ball, you're believing in the ball, and the ball was thought up of people who were pretty much showing signs of schizophrenia.